Weekly Intelligence Briefings number 24. The Building Bridges Initiative report is due to be released today, Tuesday, 26th November 2019, and it is going to be unveiled, made public tomorrow, Wednesday, 27th November 2019. And this is what insiders within the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto's camp firmly believe is the end game. Because the BBI is just the beginning. And there has to be an end game somewhere. Now, of course, we all know that politicians are basically selfish. The game of politics is all about survival. And because of this truism about politics, any statement from any politician about improving the lives of Kenyans, improving the country called Kenya, improving our future, must be taken with a pinch of salt. This fact, which has always been true in politics since the beginning of time, is very difficult to sell to people who are emotionally invested in politics and emotionally invested in any side of the political divide. Now, it is also true to say that even political analysts, even those who say they are neutral, like myself, has emotions, and has to be emotionally engaged with one side of the political divide or with certain political views. Yes, that is true, because I'm human. However, that does not close my eyes to getting any and every information that I can that will help me understand what is really happening in Kenyan politics. And therefore, this is what DP Ruto insiders and his think tank firmly believe about the BBI and its endgame. And I can tell you in advance, I just hope it is not true. DP insiders believe that the whole idea behind the Building Bridges initiative is to create a presidency and a prime minister. And those two positions have already been earmarked for two Kenyans. And I'll reveal their names later on in these briefings. The whole idea is to protect old money in Kenya. This is important because it should be very clear to any observer that going forward, that is going to be a tall order. Why? Because of the 2010 constitution, and the way the country is headed politically. For instance, it is now possible for any individual to go to court, and challenge the Kenyatta family fortune. They can do the same for the Moi family fortune. And this is precisely what the rigging of presidential elections has been all about. The powers that be, that is old money, cannot and can never allow a situation whereby their fortunes are threatened. In other words, it is not possible for anybody to get elected president of Kenya unless old money and the powers that be are sure that individual is going to protect them. In 2013, old money was not sure that Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka would protect them sufficiently. And that is why President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Samoei Ruto got elected, in quotes. Actually, they got rigged in. In 2002, old money allowed President Mwai Kibaki to win those elections because they were sure that he would protect old money. Had the candidate that year been Raila Odinga or somebody else, you can be sure that those elections would have been fiddled with. And indeed, to date, those are the only presidential elections in Kenyan history that have not been fiddled with, rigged. And so, to secure the fortunes of old money, the constitution has to be changed. And according to Deputy President William Samoei Ruto insiders. The whole idea will be to create a presidency and a prime minister. The prime minister will of course be elected in parliament by MPs, and those who will decide who the prime minister is will be of course the party, the majority seats. The president will be elected directly by wananchi, by the people. And theoretically, this will appease the increasingly impatient Kenyan voter, while taking away real executive power from the people. Because the real important executive power will be vested in parliament and with the prime minister elected by parliamentarians. In other words, the attention of Kenyans will be diverted to a presidency while the real power remains with the prime minister, who will be able to fully protect the interests of old money. Theoretically, this will be very easy to do or accomplish because parliament has always been controlled by money. If you have the money and you have enough of it, you approach parliament and you can get anything done. An executive president, that is our current system, with executive powers is extremely difficult to control. And that president can go rogue on old money and cause them a lot of trouble. Bottom line, Kenyans are being asked to distrust new corruption money, that is Deputy President and his camp, and instead to trust old money. Now, it is no secret that Deputy President William Samoei Ruto has made his vast fortune from corruption, from embezzling billions of Kenyan shillings from the taxpayer, which has caused distress, suffering, untold suffering amongst Kenyans. Even the current harsh economic times can be directly linked to the corruption deals by new money. People wanted to get rich very quickly, overnight, and in fact ended up doing so. And what the Deputy President wants to achieve or to do has never been done successfully before. And this is to be able to defeat old money in Kenya. You see, old money in Kenya controls everything. They are the reason why Raila Odinga has won more presidential elections than all African leaders who have generally won presidential elections put together, but has still never been an occupant of State House. Old money will never allow it. However, they will have no problem allowing a Raila presidency that cannot hurt them. And of course, all this is being sold in a package called peace. No sane person will take any risk that will destroy peace. No sane person will refuse to take an option, even if they have to give and take, sacrifice a few things. No person will ever be able to turn down an option that guarantees peace. And theoretically, the BBI option is an option that guarantees peace and stability for Kenya. But the big question remains, at what price? There's a very huge difference between political theories and political reality. It is very obvious that the best option for Kenyans is to get rid of the entire political class, and that will take out of Kenyan politics old money and new money, the entire lot, who are rich and powerful today because they have stolen from the people. They have stolen from public coffers. And in their place, to elect a brand new breed of leaders for Kenya. However, the political reality is that there are no other options on the table, or even in the horizon, except old money or new money. If you're a supporter of Team Tangatanga, you're saying you believe new money is the only way out for Kenya. Yeah, they'll be able to stop old money from ruling Kenya, yeah, and doing whatever they feel like doing, which they've been doing since independence. If you're a supporter of Team Kileweke, then what you're saying is that you trust old money. That old money is the best option for the country. Now, this leads us to the question of Raila Odinga. Raila seems to have made a deal with old money. Yeah, maybe has followed the old adage, if you can't beat them, join them. But there are those staunch supporters of Raila Odinga who believe that actually what Raila is doing is that he's getting old money to trust him, and then at the last minute, he will ditch old money in favor of the people of Kenya. And to support their thesis, yeah, these people say Raila Odinga has done this before. In 2002, when he joined KANU, and then at the last minute, ditched KANU for the people of Kenya. Yeah, and that's how Mwai Kibaki got elected. Now, only time can verify that, yeah, and tell us whether that is true or not. I look forward to sharing the next intelligence briefings with you.